Hi, good evening. Welcome all. Welcome to AP Training's pre-masterclass. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes,
Okay, a warm welcome to each and everyone who joined this masterclass. I am Sri Raghavi. I am from AllPro Trainings. I am going to present this masterclass to you. First, let's see about the introduction of AllPro Trainings. Okay, first of all, we are going to introduce ourselves. We are AllPro Trainings, and the full form of AllPro Trainings is all professional trainings. We are providing all kinds of training, especially the IT technologies, electrical, electronics, and soft skills. In the IT technology itself, we are providing more than top 100 technology trainings, which we are operating all over the world. Our clients are available in Dubai, USA, France, Canada, etc. Telling about our achievements, we have already trained more than 10,000 students all over the world, especially in USA, Europe, and all over India, in which most of the students are placed in various MNCs all over the world. They are getting excellent packages with higher CTC. We are providing 3 types of training. The first one is a master class that you are attending now, and the second one is a flash course, which is for 10 hours. Third one is the final or full course, which is for more than 35 hours. And these are the agenda of this meeting. We are going to see all those things. Yeah, now the webinar begins. We have 5 courses: simple learning methodology, students recall, creative explanation, We will provide materials which will be useful for your interview preparations and additional bonuses that based upon the student performances. And these are the things we are going to discuss in every session. In the first session one, we will discuss about the class revision and doubt clearance. In the second session, we will discuss about the today's class topic. And the third session, the student practice time for today's topic. And fourth session, we will discuss about the today's class topic. And fifth session, we'll ask the student to practice themselves. And in sixth session, we will recall all those sessions which we discussed earlier. This is a learning from it. So you can see how our teaching methodology is. We will give creative explanation for every technologies, which will be very useful for the students to understand. We will provide e-learning and e-coaching for app learning, virtual classrooms. We use all these kinds of technology to make the students produce a better performance. We will provide notes for every classes the student attend. We also provide the video recordings of the classes. This is how we teach, and this is how we operate. We will provide class notes after each explanations, training notes, all the things material and which is required for the course will be provided to the students. Okay, now let us make the students to introduce themselves. Kindly introduce yourself. Okay, now our trainer Vignesh is going to take the class. He has vast experience in the IT industry. He have trained more than 100 students all over the world. And the students who he have trained are available all over the world, and they are all working in a well settled MNC companies. Now, Vignesh, you can handle the class.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, thank you for the introduction. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will start yeah, with the Angular introduction. Let me share my screen. Yeah, are you able to see my screen? Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's start with the session. So some people might have already known Angular, or some of them will be new to Angular. So before starting with Angular, let's start with some basics. So before going into Angular, let me show what traditional way of developing web applications. So in the traditional method, what we have used is HTML, CSS will be default, and for a DOM interaction, we will be using JavaScript. So you'll be asking why we are going for frameworks like Angular or React. So why we are going for these frameworks is, so when we are developing applications using traditional framework, we are able to develop applications, but there are some drawbacks, and it will be somewhat more lines of code we have to write in JavaScript. For example, for a small functionality using a button and a form submitting in JavaScript, we will be using some 8 or 10 lines of code, for example. Then what we started using is jQuery was there before these frameworks, React and Angular. So in jQuery, we will be writing some 4 lines of code. The same functionality will be done in Angular by 2 lines or a single line we can implement based on the features or more. So this will save us development time, and we can focus on more other interactivity like UX we can more focus on. Currently, we are using material design everywhere, and we are mainly targeting mobile phones, front-end development in mobile phones rather than desktops or laptops. So only we are going for these frameworks. So let's start with Angular. So in Angular, we are using a single page application. So single page application means you can see this example. So in traditional application before Angular or React, what we had is we have to reload the page for updating a certain portion of a web page. For example, in our Flipkart website, if you are updating any small portion, means the entire website will be loading initially in traditional websites. But after SPA came, only that portion of the site is updated and no reload is necessary, because in our old applications we'll be reloading every time for small changes. Even for a small click, you would have noticed the web page will be refreshing every time. So Angular is used for is a JavaScript framework which we are using for front-end development. So if you want to learn Angular, so what are the basics is HTML, CSS, and basics JavaScripts. So basics necessary, and TypeScript basics also needed. So these are the languages which we need for starting with Angular. Other than, so basics is enough, but Angular is important because in Angular there are many features which you have to learn. And the main advantage of Angular is comparing to React. Angular is a framework, React is a library. So in Angular, we will be having all the features inside Angular. So let's see those features. So if you're able to see my screen, so these are the features which Angular provides. In Angular, we will be having, generally it's a component-based approach. So other than that, the basic features which you have heard of, like routing, services, forms for HTTP services, and even observables we are using, an NGRX concept also we are using in Angular. Before moving into these features, let me give the introduction about Angular first version. So if you are new to Angular, you will be noticed that the current Angular version is 14. So Angular, if you are learning any one version, that is enough to upgrade all the versions. Even you can learn Angular 4, that is fine. So that you can easily understand Angular 14 directly. So no need to afraid of, there are a lot of versions in Angular. The main difference between first and second is, so why I'm telling this one is Angular 2 plus you have to start learning, because Angular 2 plus is a component based approach, whereas Angular JS is a MVC based architecture and it is entirely different. Angular JS will be similar to jQuery. We have to include that library in our HTML tags, and then we have to use those features in Angular JS. So nowadays we are not using this. So Angular 2 plus is fine. Angular 4, why I am telling is Angular 4 is a major upgrade. So if you are new, there is no issues. You can directly learn Angular 14. So that will be simple only. The same features will be there. In every version, small upgrades will happen. So here you can see what are the various versions. After 10, currently 14 is the latest version. So for every 6 months, they will update the Angular version. So very small changes in syntax they will add, and some of the syntax have been removed. For example, in Angular 6, few features syntax has been added, and in Angular 7, those syntax has been removed. Due to the performance, they will test and they will add and remove. So small changes will be there. Internally, many changes might be there, which will not affect our coding. For example, they have changed the view engine now. Initially, for rendering the web page, they have used view engine. Currently, they are using IV engine everywhere in Angular 14. But in Angular 8 or 7, they have introduced IV engine already. But in the recent version, in 13 or 11 only, they have replaced the entire view engine into IV engine. So those changes will slowly, they will test and they will improvise. So very small changes will be there. So you can learn directly Angular 14, or if you want, you can learn Angular 6 like that. Based on that, because if you want to know the entire changes exactly, you can learn this and you can easily update to 14. One more thing, suppose if you are already developed some application using Angular 6 or 8, then no issues. You cannot directly update to Angular 14. Say if you are developed your application using Angular 8, so what you have to do is, first step, you have to update to Angular 9. So for that, in Angular, they are having some commands, easy commands to update, but you have to go one by one, then only you will not face any issues. So 9 and Angular 10, like that, one by one you have to update, and finally you have to reach 14, the current version which we are having. Similarly, the versions will be going on added. After 6 months, another version get released. So we have to update our Angular application up to date. So let's see the features of Angular. So these are the features which I have mentioned here. Other than that, we will be having a testing feature also, like Selenium in Java here for unit testing. Sorry, JUnit in Java you will be having. Here we are having Jasmine for testing each and every component. Individual components we can write test cases, and we can do the testing features. That features also there. And Redux on concept is there. The Redux is for state management, which in React they have been widely using. So those feature also nowadays we can use in Angular for managing the state. So that is called NGRX. So let's start with the beginning of Angular. So if you want to run Angular in your machine, first you have to install Node.js. Once you have installed Node.js, automatically npm will also be, you are able to run the npm commands. So using the npm commands, you will be installing Angular CLI. So you can able to see the command npm install -g at Angular CLI. So if you are directly giving at Angular/CLI, it will install the latest version of Angular. If you want any specific version, or in 14 itself you need any stable version, you can give like at Angular/CLI at, there you can mention your version. Then for creating a basic app, ng new demo app they have given, right? This will create a boilerplate. Automatically all the features in Angular and the functionalities, you will get it in the basic simple app itself. So I will show the code once. So this is a basic code which I am going to show a small demo today. So if you are creating a new app, you will be having these modules. App routing module. Starting from here, you will be having till app module.ts. These are the few directives forms material you are seeing, right? These few folders only I have created. So remaining Angular has taken care. For example, if you have any doubts, you can check package.json. Here you will be having all the dependencies related to Angular. So for a demo application, so only it's called a boilerplate. So everything will be in Angular. We can just pick and we can use it. For example, so today's demo, I will show you a small forms module which I have created. So this is a module. So for using this module, Angular has provided me a small feature that I will show you. So this is the app module. Here we will be having all the components. I have told, right, Angular is a component based approach. So for example, you imagine for every page you will be having a separate component. Then it will be easy for us to debug. Inside the page also we can have several divisions of the page as a component. For example, if you have learned HTML, you will be you have seen some basic tags, right? You'll be giving inside this body tag, you'll be having some tags, right? For example, footer you are having. So like this, what will happen? Every component will be converted into tags in Angular. So this is my first page. Here I will be adding this tag. So this is called routing, which is used for a single page application, which I have told you. So this forms module you are able to see, right? I will show you. So there one selector will be there in every module which we are creating. So if you are not using router, then you can directly map that forms module here like this. Like using this simple tag, we can directly map. The main thing what I tried to show you is in app module. So I'm planning to show you a demo on the reactive forms. So as I told, Angular is a framework. So Angular provides a module, inbuilt module called reactive forms module. Once I have included this, then it will be easy for me to create this form. And here what I am doing is I'm setting some value for this form. If I give set value, automatically values will be set. And once all the data is filled, submit will be there. Once on clicking submit, all this entered data will be converted into a JSON. So everything will be provided in this reactive forms module. So once JSON is, we got JSON, then we can interact with the REST APIs and we can place those data in the DB. So like that, we will be having functionalities. So as I told, components are the building blocks in Angular. We will be having one module, important module, app module, which I have showed in the code. So this is an important module. If you want any other module, you can have some lazy loading modules. But most of the Angular application have this module. So once the application starts, this module will be called. So like any other programming language, I will show you how the code works. So main.ts is the first file, will be triggered. So here app module I have bootstrapped inside the code. So it will go to app.module.ts, which I have showed you earlier. Then it will automatically route to our app.component.html. So where you can check this is like a basic HTML code, index.html you can check. So inside index.html, we will be giving this app root component inside our body section. So we don't need to give this entire structure again. Only inside the body tag, what we will be giving, we will be updating in all the components. So like this, it will be there. So let's check on this features again. So components we have seen. Data binding is nothing but we'll be having, right, HTML and TypeScript file. So for communicating between HTML and TypeScript file, we'll be having data binding modules. For example, if you are getting a value from our database using a REST API, you have to map the data to front end. For example, you are getting a bulk data. So I want to show it in the table in our front end application. So what I will do is I will map from TypeScript to HTML. Similarly, if I take this forms example, here what I will do after clicking on submit, I have to move the data to TypeScript first. From TypeScript, I will share that JSON to DB. So this is how data binding works. Then pipes will be there. Pipes we are using in HTML. Usually we'll use in HTML. Pipes are nothing but we'll give some input. It will get transformed into some output. For example, if you are having a value as 60, then if I'm using currency pipe, automatically dollar or rupee symbol will come in our UI code. So this will be used in templates. HTML, which we are using in Angular is also called templates. So in HTML file alone, we will be using these pipes. Then directives, we are having made two types of directives. So these are technical concepts. But basically directives, what it will do, it will change the structure of the DOM or change the appearance of the DOM. DOM is nothing but the interaction of HTML and JavaScript code in Angular. So like this, there are many features. Actually, we are having a little time now. So I will go to the basics once. So finally, what I want to tell you is, after developing this code, I want to how we are viewing this in the web browser. That's a question you will be having. So in Angular, we'll be compiling these codes. So this is our Angular application. So this is called a source code. So what I will do is I will be compiling this entire source code into a small bundles of JavaScript file. So for example, in this code, if you inspect and see, so you will be able to see few JavaScript files: runtime.js, polyfills.js, styles, vendor, and main.js. So our Angular code will be converted like this into a 5 JavaScript files, because our browser understands only JavaScript. Even when if we type we are coding in TypeScript actually. So our TypeScript will automatically convert it to JavaScript. So everything Angular will take care of. If you want to know the basics, then if you look into it, in Angular we'll be having a Babel transpiler, inbuilt transpiler will be having. This would have converted these files. For converting into that bundles of files in Angular, Webpack will be there. So for everything, if you want, you can go to the basics. But the main advantage is, without knowing this initially in your initial stage, you can directly work on Angular and create SPA applications. So this is how it interacts with the DOM. Everything will be converted into JavaScript. Even you would have heard that even HTML will be converted into JavaScript, like a document object model. So only in browser you will be able to view. So other than that, you can use browser tools itself for learning Angular. So it will be very much helpful if you are new. For example, this is our browser dev tools from Google Chrome. So here you can use this elements tab for debugging our HTML elements, and even styles. If you want to check any add or check any new styles, you can add and check. So this will be helpful for debugging. Background, if I am giving some orange color, so here itself you can test, and you can directly add in the code. In console, you can practice any number of JavaScript codes and JavaScript objects. For example, this is a date function provided by JavaScript. So this is a basic date format. If you want to get only that today's date, you can get date or get day. Otherwise, you can write a small code and get the format in which you want the date. So like that, every JavaScript code and the small modules, you can practice it here. And then the network tab, it will be helpful for debugging our REST APIs. So fetcher, etc. tab will be there. So here we can test all the REST APIs after integrating with the backend. So these are the tools that will be helpful. So these are the features provided by Angular. So one more, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I will complete this demo in 5 minutes. If you are any doubts, you can ping me, or you can call. You can speak. Yeah, till now, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, let me complete this, then you can have that query sessions. So let me show you the code once. As I told, in Angular, there are many modules. So HTTP module, we can call all the services which we are writing in Java or Python. We will be writing the REST APIs, right? So those APIs can be integrated using the HTTP module. And RxJS is there. That is an important concept. So observables, if you see, observables will be there in the features. So that is the important and a unique topic which helps us in Angular, so that we are able to use those operators. So I will show one example of this operator. And forms, already I have told, in forms 2 types of forms are there. Reactive forms is nothing but everything we will be framing in TypeScript. So automatically the JSON for this we will get in TypeScript. So I will show that in code. Another type of form is template driven form. A form in that form also we can make that, but the difference is that one purely we will be depending on HTML, and this one we will be depending on Java TypeScript. So in our apps, in our forms, if you see, this is my forms module. So here I have framed the JSON, right? So this is how you will be creating in TypeScript. Automatically, we will be getting in this format. So one feature what I have is I'm setting the value. So setting the value means I have to set for all the 3 values because I have mentioned 3 things in this form group. So what I will do is, if you see, it's a simple, easy thing only. So set value, I have given this data, automatically it will set the value. Patching means if you want to update any one value or few values, you can use patch value. So that example also I have given. So this is a simple form example. If you want to reset, for that also inbuilt functionality is there in Angular. So this is what I told you. Angular, everything will be there. We know what are the things they are providing. For example, if you take forms, means in forms, what are the features already there in Angular? So we have to take and use that feature. It will be like plug and play only. So if I give reset, all the things will be resetted. Even for submit, initially it's disabled, right? That also a small functionality only. So in submit button, I would have given this condition for disabled. If the form is valid, then only it should we should click the form. So these are the features are written on top of HTML, because in HTML, if you have already worked on forms, you might have used PHP or any other backend. Some actions will be triggered, right? But if you are using Angular framework on top of it, Angular will define what that forms HTML tags has to do. So those are the few advantages in Angular, which will be easy to complete. If you are given a task to complete a big form, then you can complete it within a week, including the functionality with the Angular features. This is how this reactive forms work. So RxJS, it will be new to everyone. So I have given a small example here. So if you are working on API calls, 1 minute, I will show you. So you will be having some suggestions. For example, here if I am typing, means you will be having some search engine in backend. For example, some suggestion tab we can have. If I'm if I'm typing SESE, means automatically some suggestions should come, right? For that, some backend calls will be integrating. At that time, what will happen is so here I'm using this debounce time pipe actually for every changes. I'm using debounce time. This is a RxJS operator, which I told, right? In observables is a third-party package. This is a simple functionality for your understanding. Like this, many features are there for manipulating the data which we are getting from backend. For like subscription, we will be doing. So that's a big concept. So only I'm explaining this small example. In console, I will show the output. So if you see this example, if I am typing Sachin, then I have given some time interval actually. So here I have given some 1000 milliseconds. So after 1000 milliseconds only I am getting this. Otherwise, what will happen is if I am not using debounce, so every letter will come. S will be printed here for 10 times, and SCA will be printed for 5 times. Like that, it will happen initially. So what will happen every time that backend calls will be going. So a lot of unnecessary REST API calls will be going, which will slow down our application. This might be look simple, but in a big application, this will be a helpful one. So actually, I couldn't show that demo because I already added debounce time. So this is how the functionality works. This is one of the RxJS operators. So these are the 2 demos which I plan to show. Regarding on the editors, you can use any editors. Sublime Text is also fine. But if you are new, better go for Visual Studio Code Editor. That will be helpful, which I am having here. Even command prompt also, we can run this Angular application once the Node.js is installed. So if you see this example, I have ran this in command prompt only. So this is a running in local. ng-serve means it will run in local, and we will be able to see. If you want to do deployment, then we will give ng-build command. So yeah, I have covered a lot. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Yeah, that's it from my end for today. If you have any other queries, or if you want me to explain any other concept in depth, yeah, you can ask now. Yeah, for learning Angular or React JS, which one is best, right? It's based on your understanding. For example, if you are new to web development, then definitely I will suggest Angular will be good, because in React JS, it is a library, Angular is a framework. So in framework, you will be having all the features inbuilt. You have to know, you have to learn for 1 or 2 months, I guess. It will take time, because it will be entirely new, right? All the features. So if you know the features, you can directly use. Then another important thing is, after learning Angular also, you have to improve the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript basics. React, when you can go is if you are very good in JavaScript. Otherwise, you are ready to learn the pure, I mean, that advanced JavaScript. ES6 or ES8 will be there. So many functional programming in JavaScript, to simply say. So those are the latest coding which they are using. If you are good in that, then you can go for a React. But React, it's a library. For every dependency, you have to install, like npm install, you have to use. For example, I have shown you a forms demo, right? So here I have taken the inbuilt forms module. But if you are going for React, you have to look, many libraries will be there. In forms itself, there will be many libraries. You have to explore all the libraries, and you have to take the convenient library or the best library suggested by the experts. You have to take, and you have to use that one. So like that, challenges also will be there. But my suggestion is, if you are very good in JavaScript, then you can go for React. If you are new, means you will be having time. You will be learning Angular parallelly, and you will have time for learning HTML and CSS. JavaScript basics is enough for initial stage. Yeah, debounce time you asked, right? Could you please explain debounce time? For example, I will show you again. So in a big project which I once worked, I had this challenge. Like if I am typing yes, means a lot of backend calls will go. It's like a search box. Some suggestions will be given, right? Autocomplete suggestion. So we'll be written a Java API. Actually, REST API was there. While integrating, what will happen is, let me show you. So for every letter which I am typing, or if I am deleting, if I am typing something wrong, what will happen is usually, now you are able to see, right? So now I have typed and deleted. So now there are a lot of text displayed in the screen. So what will happen is, for everything this call will go. For yes, I will go, because if I suggestions means in DB there will be lot of data. So once I call the REST API, it will fetch, it will compare, and it will show all the data in the as a drop down, autocomplete drop down. If suppose, imagine if that's a functionality, then debounce time will help me, because here there are around 10 to 15 to 12 messages has been printed, right? So 12 API calls will be go unnecessarily. So to avoid that, we are using this debounce time. If you want to learn more on this RxJS, you can directly go and learn. I will show you. So now if I'm having is once after printing this only, I will get this name Sachin. Then only one REST API call will go. So for RxJS, you can directly go to the documentation. So it's a third-party library only. And there are a lot of useful functions which will be making easy. So observable is the main concept. Other than that, RxJS small operators will be there. So this itself a separate topic, which I can show a demo for 1 hour. So to make you understand, to make it simple, RxJS, if you are using some asynchronous calls, you'll be using, right? Asynchronous calls, if you understand, if you know JavaScript, then already JavaScript, they will be using callbacks, promises, and some functions. So other than that, observables will be handy in handling the asynchronous calls. Asynchronous calls is nothing but to make you understand, if you are in REST APIs, if you are giving some input, we know that when the output will come, once the output will come, that call will be ended. But sorry. Yeah, sorry. But if you are using observables, the advantages are, suppose if you don't know when the data will come, some functionality has to be completed. For if you are having some ML engine, machine learning engine, so those engine that code has to be run. Then only you will get the output from the machine learning team. So they also don't know because computer is running. So what will happen is, once the task is completed, you will get those data. If for example, in any REST API, if I'm calling that API, we will get the output as it is, right? But synchronous call, it will be different. For example, newspaper, you are subscribing, right? Daily, you don't know at what time, but daily it will come right to you at some time in morning around 8 or 8:30, means you will be getting, right? So that is asynchronous. So that is the example of asynchronous. And in observable, in promise means also some drawbacks, but in observables, you will get the data till the end. So you will be regularly getting data. If you are getting data in half an hour once, then automatically that data will be updated in our UI also. So like that, some advantages are there in observables. So if you are interested, you can go to this RxJS libraries, or RxJS will be there, separate website will be there. So you can go to this website and you can learn more features about RxJS. But in Angular, basic, we will be regularly using 5 or 10 operators we will be using. So that will be enough. If you are building even if you are building a big application, that will become handy. But if you want to explore and improvise, like which I have showed in demo, right? So these are the scenarios which you will get rarely. Yeah. It will take around 3 months to complete the training. If you are regular in training, means it will take around 3 months to complete the training. And one more thing is, if you are starting the training, it will be better. You have to learn some HTML, CSS basics in W3 schools. Even in training, we will brush up the concepts, so no issues. Anyway, first, initially, before starting Angular, we will be brush up in the concepts of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so that you will understand Angular easily. Yeah. Any other doubts? Yeah, if you have any other doubts in front end, you can ask. No issues.
Do you have any other doubts? Someone, Mohammed, asked the Java.
Yeah, I'm not able to get Java duration, means I'm not able to get it because this is purely Angular front end.
Gopi asked Angular or React, which one is best?
Yeah, that one I have explained, right?
React.js duration.
No, actually, React.js. Yeah, you can answer him.
Any other queries? Gopi asked that I am 2017 pass out. I want to learn Angular.
Okay.
He is asking that there is no problem as he got a long gap.
Yeah, that is not a problem, Gopi. Yeah, you can learn. But you have to continuously, 3 or 4 months, you have to definitely learn at a stretch. 3 months will be fine, according to me. Then you have to do more hands-on after learning that one. You have to build small basic applications. Small applications are enough. Yeah, like that you can do. But Angular will be fine only. You can learn it because it's a framework which will be providing all the features. It will be like plug and play only. Yeah, you can learn.
Okay, any other queries? Placement, we provide job assistance. You can contact us, Gopi. Any other queries? Okay, thank you, Gopi.
Yeah, thank you, Gopi.
Okay, Bonu said it was clear. Is there any queries? Yeah, Vendesh, we provide videos. Okay. How can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Vignesh, for this wonderful master class. It is very informative and all the topics you explained are very clear. I hope the students understood it. Thank you, Vignesh, for your valuable time. Now I
Thank you.
value some of our students so that you can have an idea about our Azure trainings. She's from USA and she got placed at top. Am I audible?
Yeah, if you are audible.
Yeah, actually, one minute. Yeah, all of you, can you mute yourself and stop the noises? Can I unmute? I'm getting the noises again. Sorry, you name mute. Yeah, okay. Okay, students, thank you for a wonderful time. Okay, actually, I have explained how we are operating and whatever teaching methodology. I hope you understand. And this is our session plan. Is there any queries in this? Do you have any queries regarding our APT trainings? Okay. Now I said we have two types of courses. Actually, we have two types of courses. That is a full course and the other is a flash course. The full course is about 35 to 42 hours and that will be about 24,000 minutes. The class will be prepared by the students and the student and the trainer can connect at their convenient time, and the courses are designed in a manner which is very professional and it will be very clear for the students and it will be in a corporate manner, so the students can get a chance to get tests easily. All the class recordings will be provided and we will conduct free mock interview after you complete the courses. We will provide the resume and we will help the students in the resume preparation. We will provide lifelong community support, LinkedIn recommendation, and job guidance. Have
Am I
I?
audible?
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. And we will help in job assistance and we also help you to build your LinkedIn profiles. And another is the flash course. It is about 10 hours. You will have 2 days workshop and we will provide all type of classrooms and video recordings as we said earlier. And we also provide lifelong support for your community. And we also help in LinkedIn recommendations. Actually, the course market price is 25 to 30K and the flash course market price is about 6 to 10K. But in APT trainings, we are providing it for 20K and 3K. But for offer, those who are attending this webinar can get the course for 15K and yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, can get the course for 15K and 999. We also give free interview sessions, professional certification guidance, resume preparations, lifelong community support. And what are the special advantages that we have queries clearing sessions, and the students can get training at a good time. We will provide recorded videos and we will provide job links, which helps in placement. Actually, one small step can change your life. So try to join in APT and have a good career in your life. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful time.
Yeah, thank you all.
Yeah. I will share you the feedback, webinar feedback chat option. Kindly fill it out. Okay, kindly fill it out. All the students can win.
Please fill the feedback form properly. Give the correct mail ID. After that only you get a certificate. Raghavi, please share the link.
Yeah, ma'am.
Raghavi?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Okay. So who are all joining this course in offer price, please make a token advance 1K for given payment link. Payment link can share in chat. She will share you in chat. Please once make a screenshot. So for all having queries, please contact to 94887775. Raghav, please share the contact details also.
Yeah, I have shared the link. And now I will share you the contact details. You can find it in posters and our website. Yeah, I have shared our website and our contact number. You can contact us. Kindly fill your feedback form with all details in the required field. Yeah, what is not working properly? Are you saying about the link, English? Okay, I will put it in a separate chat. You send me your WhatsApp number to direct chat. I will send you in WhatsApp. Yeah, you are free. What are you saying? I can't understand. Why can't you give the feedback? Yeah, Venkatesh, I put it in a private chat. Yeah, also I will. Once again, I will paste the link. Kindly fill it out. You are Shri. Actually, what's your problem? Shall I text you in WhatsApp? Yeah, you have given your number. Is it your WhatsApp number? Okay, you are Shri. I will text you. Usually, I have texted you in WhatsApp. Is everybody filled out the form? Is there any doubt in filling the form? Yeah, what are the details from Pranav J? Rahu, what's your problem? Could you unmute yourself and say?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi, actually, the form which is given shown on the screen showing somebody else details. Let us say some Ramesh is filling his name, his phone number, mail ID. It is showing. So if I edit it, both of us will get
okay, okay.
confused.
Yeah, just wait.
Raghu,
Actually, I found I will clear the form and I will send you again. Just wait a second.
Okay.
Yeah, all could you please just wait? I'm creating the another form. I will share you within few minutes. Please wait. I think there will be some technical error. I don't know what is happening here. I will share you right now. Now you can share. Hello. Now you can use that URL given and try to fill out the form. Actually, we are actually kind of apologies from our side. We didn't expect the technical error in the Google form. I hope now it is proper.
Yes, Raghavi, it's now proper.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Kindly fill out the details, and those who are interested can contact AllPro or the numbers we share. You can take the course in an installment. Installment is also available with us. You can have a demo, free demo before entering the course. You can take the course at very convenient time. We are also providing one-on-one course. So students who are interested in taking one-on-one course can contact us. It is the individual course where one student is for one trainer. I have shared few of the contacts where you can contact us through the WhatsApp or through the call. We will be available. We are also working on Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, you are facing the same problem, Pranav and Mohammed Adil. Uma ma'am.
Yes, Raghavi, tell me, I'm checking. Wait a minute.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everyone is replying the same problem. Ma'am, this form also has the same problem, ma'am.
No, Raghavi, just for example for those names and contact details. Otherwise, you fill it directly. Just now I created a new form and sent a new link. Check it in chat box.
Okay, kindly fill out this.
Is this link is working? Kindly reply. Guys, please confirm me these links are working. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for update. Yes, who all filled this form, please end. This offer is going to be ending within 10 minutes. Please, who are all interested to join, please use this offer and initial advance pay in 1K and send me the screenshot. Raghavi, please share the payment details in chat.
Okay.
Once make a payment, send me the screenshot. If you have any queries and any regarding about course, please contact to us the given number.
I have attached the payment payment link. Kindly make the payment and send us a screenshot of 1,000 rupees. So your slot will be booked. The cost is about 25 to 35K in outside. This is a market price, but we are providing offer this 15K. The flash course is about 5,000 in our market price, and we are providing for 999. You can choose the course you want, and you can send us a screenshot. Today is a one-time offer. Those who fill the form can leave the meeting. Have everyone filled the form? Yeah. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all for your contribution. I hope you enjoyed this webinar and hope your admission in AllPro training.